Let's do this.
Hey, when'd y'all get here?
We're back.
What up?
Welcome to Our Point of View, you guys. We are going to be answering some questions that you guys have asked us. We are going to be wrapping some gifts. While we do so, the girls are gone. They're with their grandparents right now, and this is our opportunity to get some gifts wrapped without them seeing it.
Definitely going to get some work done today.
Isn't it beautiful? I'm ready to wrap these gifts. We haven't had anything under the tree. It's almost Christmas and there's no gifts yet. Now. Yeah, we've had these gifts for a long time. So we're going to be productive and answer some questions. But Boo, do you want to start off?
Yeah, I'm going to start with my simple ones.
I've always wanted to do this.
Do what?
I've never.
Q&A?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like listening to it and watching it.
Nah, I feel you.
But yeah, we get to do it. But all right.
So my first one my first question is, how tall are you? Well, I see I'm 6'3", baby.
Oh my gosh, are we doing this again?
I mean, what you mean? I'm 6'3", on camera. It makes me look 5'7", but I'm really 6'3", guys.
Boo, answer the question.
I'm 5'7", okay? Dang.
You ain't no 5'7".
What? Where my driver's license at?
He's 5'6" and a half.
Nah, you see that pointy head right here? 5'7", baby. It is what it is.
You better embrace your height.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't tripping about it. I mean, I wish I was 6'3", but I ain't tripping about it though.
All right, my turn. What did you do before motherhood and content creation?
Nothing. I'm just kidding.
I actually worked as a counselor for youth on probation. It was a very rewarding job. Like, I met so many young kids, and I feel like I reached a lot of kids, but there was a point where I just felt like that's not where I was called to be. So I quit my job, and then we started trying to have kids, and you know, here we are now.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
That we will be posting about
soon. Story time for that.
Because that was very, very, very stressful for us during that time period. But I mean, look at us now. We have 3 kids, so
yeah.
God bless us for sure.
Yeah, and I just feel like this is where I'm supposed to be, creating content and creating a home. I'm blessed that my husband was on board with me quitting.
You know, I had to let go of my ego.
What? What do you mean ego?
I mean, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, men have egos. It's like, you know, you're not about to be at the house just kicking it all day while I'm out here slaving.
But guess what?
Now
your
she
wife
does more
don't
work
kick
than I do.
it. Yeah.
No, she definitely doesn't. Again, it was ego. It was just the way I was thinking at the moment. That was my thought. You know, back then, even working with guys that had stay-at-home wives.
We need more space.
I know. Even working with guys that had stay-at-home wives, my thought was always like, man, like your wife's at home doing nothing, while you know you here pumping. You know what I'm saying? Basically working hard.
That would make so many women upset to hear that.
I mean,
doing nothing, like. And granted, when I was at home before we had kids, I still was doing a lot. Like
she did.
But looking back now, I wasn't doing nothing.
Just to clarify, it was more of just a reality check. You know what I'm saying? We have, like I said, we've been together since we were 15 years old, and we talked about our careers, we talked about our goals in life, and to get married, to, you know, have her working within her field of work, you know, what she went to college for, and then to all of a sudden one day say, I don't want to work anymore. It's kind of like, what you mean? You know what I mean? Kind of like my ego of like, if I have to work, you have to work. You know what I mean? But I mean, obviously, God softened my heart and changed my mind, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blessing.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't have it any other way.
So women, don't hate me. I appreciate y'all stay-at-home wives, man. Y'all the best.
Yeah, it's the hardest job in the world. I don't care what nobody says.
I agree.
Hardest job in the world, hands down. Next question.
When did you know you were ready for marriage? When did I know I was ready for marriage? I would say, you know, we had our times where, you know, we were broken up and I was out meeting new people and dating and getting to know females. The characteristics, the morals, the principles that these women had, they just didn't equal up to her. And after being in that lifestyle for so long, you know, things get old. The partying, the clubbing, the drinking, etc. You know, it comes a point in your life where you do want to settle down. You do want to come home to the same woman and and start a family and do all those beautiful things in life. So basically that's when I knew that she was one for me, because everybody I met just didn't compare. And what I had was great, and I didn't need to look any further. I knew in my heart that this is the one I want to be with.
At what point was that? Like,
at what point?
How old were we? Where were we at in our relationship?
Well, we got married when we were 25, and I mean, I knew off top, you know what I'm saying, that she had the qualities of wife, and you know, being a mother in the future. But it wasn't really until I was like, all right, I gotta get my game right, when she basically had threatened to leave me low key. Yeah, high key. She had threatened to leave me. And I have been, you know, basically stringing her along the way. We're stringing each other along the way, but it got serious. Where it's like, hey, we're at this crossroad of, like I said, this lifestyle is getting old, and this is what I want. And she said what she wanted, and you know, you gotta make your move or get left behind.
Moral of the story, ladies: if they ain't gonna wife you, let them go. Because if he's gonna let you go, he wasn't meant to be.
I definitely didn't want to be one of those guys that, oh yeah, she's the one that got away. Like, nah, I'm not letting this one get away, and I gotta do what I gotta do to make it happen, and I did. So
good stuff, honey.
Cool.
Someone asked, do you think you guys will try for a boy?
I mean, what you mean try? I mean, because try means action, and
this is my question.
Oh, my bad.
I'm gonna say no, because the way life is right now, we cannot afford to have a fourth child. My desire is to try for a boy. I would love to try for a boy. Do I think we'll try for a boy? No. Do I want a boy? Do I want a fourth child? Yes. I would love to have a lot of children. But right now, we just can't afford that. That's just not in the cards right now.
I agree. I definitely agree. But I mean, in the meantime, we're going to practice. We talking about practice?
Oh my gosh.
Next question. What's most challenging about being the sole provider?
Who said you was the sole provider? You feel me?
That's true. Nah, I mean, she actually does really good on Instagram, so I'm not the sole provider anymore. I would just say that, just knowing the fact that there's days where, you know, I don't feel like doing nothing, you know what I mean? Sometimes I do want to go against the grain and just call in and, you know, do what I do, but also know that I have responsibilities at home, and I can't do things like that anymore. You know, I can't risk my job.
Like, if you drop the ball, we all going down.
Correct. I mean, even though I do have job security where I don't really have to worry about like my job ever going away unless I do something crazy, you know, or they get me for vaccine stuff. But for the most part, I would just say, just knowing the fact that my family depends on me, that's challenging at times. So yeah.
Next question. What advice would you give an upcoming content creator? Do loads of research, because I feel like the first 2 years of content creating, I feel like I wasted a lot of time. Not wasted time, but there was just not a lot of progress. I just went into it like just kind of trying to figure it out as I went, and I feel like that was a downfall. But also just being yourself, being true to yourself, not caring what others think, and just doing you, and be creative in who you are.
When you say do your research, like, can you provide a little bit more information to that?
There's just so much that goes into content creation, how to grow. Like, there's just so many aspects to content creation, you know, aside from just throwing up a video or throwing up a picture. Like, there's a lot of behind the scenes work. You know, some people don't know that you need to engage with people. You need to comment on other people's things so that Instagram finds you useful to the platform and will send people your way. Like, there's just a lot of different things, and that's why I said do your research. Like, just learn how to grow, how to get your engagement rate up, how, like, search all those things, and just read a lot, watch a lot of videos, because you'll learn things that you didn't even know you were supposed to search. and look up, you know?
That's
Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because it ain't easy.
It's definitely
and
not
people
easy.
waste a lot of time
Doing the wrong thing.
doing a lot of things wrong, and will only be at 100 followers for 3 years, you know?
No disrespect to those with only 100 followers. Just step your game up a little bit. That's all.
I love this wrapping paper. Surround. We need a bigger island,
Dog. I feel like we're doing arts and crafts. So it looks like the next couple of questions are kind of the same. How are you handling being a girl dad? And any advice for new girl dads? Honestly, I love being a girl dad, man. I feel like our bond together, that male and female bond, is something that might be a little bit different with men, you know, males. I wouldn't know because I don't have boys, but just based on my experience, I love the fact that I see the comfort that I provide for my daughters. Especially my oldest one, Jay. She's a daddy's girl. Like, she loves being under me. She loves cuddling with me. She loves just having, you know, just being wrapped in my arms and feeling protected. You know what I mean? So for me, I embrace that. I like that. Yeah, the way she makes me feel, man, she just makes me feel special about being able to provide that for her. And, you know, I love being a girl dad. And as for advice for new girl dads, I would say just being patient, man. Learn how to understand their feelings and kind of putting the macho-ness aside. You know, for me, that's a challenge because there's times where I just want to tell them to freaking shut up. I mean, real talk, or just suck it up, you know what I mean? I don't want them to grow up thinking that it's okay for a man to be aggressive with them in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Because then they, you know, might want to get into aggressive relationships, or, you know, they might think that if a man's not being aggressive with them, they don't love them, or anything like that. I don't want to cloud their judgment on men, so I feel like just being patient with daughters and understanding their feelings and the emotional side, and what our job is as far as men, and scoping their self-esteem and self-image, all that kind of stuff. I feel like that's very important. So I will start with just being patient and understanding.
Yes!
You feel me?
How do you do it all? Where do you get the energy? You do it with grace. Well, first and foremost, I don't do it all. I wish I did.
I guess I don't exist.
I wish I could. I don't do it all. What's the other part of the question?
For the most part, she does.
Where do I do a lot. I mean, if we're gonna be honest here, I do a lot. Sometimes I overwork myself. But I just feel like in general, when it comes to energy, I will say diet is very huge. When I'm eating proper foods, I'm very big on ingredients. Ingredients are very, very important. And just the simple things like a bottle of ketchup, even though I hate ketchup. Choosing the bottle of ketchup that doesn't have added sugar, you know, or food coloring or whatever. Like, just those little things make a difference in our diet and the way we are able to operate. And I feel like that is one thing that I'm very big on, making sure I'm putting food in my body that is gonna fuel me and not drain me. And then there's times where I'm not eating right at all and I feel horrible and I'm sleepy all day long and I'm having a hard time waking up in the morning or whatever the case is. Like, diet is huge. If you're eating fast food all the time, most likely you're gonna be sleepy. Honestly, I don't do it all. I have a husband that is very hands-on and helps me a lot and takes the lead when I'm like just depleted of energy. But yeah, I don't do it all. Don't ever think I do. Please don't ever think I do.
She definitely don't do it all, y'all.
And sometimes I snap because I'm trying to do it all. That's just something that I feel like I've always had. Like I've always been a hard worker. I'll put it that way. I've always been a hard worker. Maybe I'm not energized. Yeah, let's change that. I'm not energized. I'm just a hard worker because there's times where
I don't want to do it.
It's 8 o'clock at night and I'm dog tired, but my kitchen's a mess and I need to create something for Instagram or whatever. But it's like, instead of relaxing, which I probably should, I tend to not, because I've always had that drive, a natural drive. But yeah, everybody's different, but definitely diet is huge. I don't want to rap anymore. I just want to talk.
So my next question is, any advice you would give to a first-time father? I would say first-time fathers is basically, again, being patient, learning. A lot of stuff being a parent is, trial and error. So just basically just trying to educate yourself on a lot of different steps to, make things a little bit easier in your life when it comes to dealing with the baby. But as far as fathers, especially husbands, I would say being patient with your spouse. Women go through so much after giving birth to a baby, and sometimes as men, we find ourselves speaking about our needs and wants and desires and, things like that. And I feel like we fail to acknowledge what they're going through emotionally, physically, etc. So being patient with the women that are giving birth to our children and understanding their part in this new lifestyle that they're living, and just basically stepping it up on your end and helping out and supporting your person.
Somebody said, what's Gia's sleep schedule like? I have a 4-month-old to first baby. Okay. I typically put her to bed at 8 o'clock at night, and then whatever she does in the middle of the night is what she does. But when she wakes up, I tend to feed her at 9 o'clock, let her stay up for about an hour or so, or hour, 2 hours. I try not to go 2 hours because she gets overtired. But after that hour mark, it's kind of like, okay, it's time for her to take a nap. And then 3 hours from the last feeding is when it's time for her to eat again. And then it's just kind of like that routine of like sleep, eat, nap, or sleep.
So you're missing something.
I know.
Eat, sleep, and
no, eat. She'll play for a little bit, and then she'll nap, and then she'll eat, play for a little bit, and then nap. I just feel like I haven't been as strict with her. Like, she's been up at 10 o'clock at night with us chilling because time just got past me. But I don't know. Yeah, that's her schedule. She'll sleep every few hours, I feel, and have a hour nap, sometimes 2 hours. But what was the question? What's Gia's sleep schedule like? Yeah,
messed up. It's all over the place.
But she does have a schedule. I have a schedule for her. Does she go off of that at times? Sometimes not. Sometimes I have to readjust. I feel like you have to create a schedule and stick to that. And I haven't, and that's why she's all over the place. You know?
I mean,
but
again, she can't do it all. She does what she can, and
yeah, and then her sisters wake her up when naturally she would have been asleep. So it just throws a monkey wrench in the whole, and this is why Jade had the best sleep. She had the perfect schedule. That girl slept all throughout the night. She was like an angel. And then Seda came, and Seda was a little distracted, and then it's just all hell broke loose with Gia.
Yeah. And again, going back to parenting tips, as much as you research and do X, Y, and Z, I mean, it doesn't always work out that way. I mean, being the best improviser that you can possibly be works out. You create your strategy, you try to execute it. If it's messed up, you just kind of rearrange things and try to fix it. And with dealing with Gia with her sleeping, that's basically what we try to do. We try to adjust certain things and get her to get back on board.
Yeah.
So the next question, well, I got an easy one. Somebody asked me, what's my favorite food? I mean, my favorite food is cheeseburgers, man. I mean, look at me.
Careful with those dang scissors.
My favorite food is cheeseburger. What's your favorite food?
I would say cheeseburgers. Yeah, that's not your favorite food.
What's my favorite food?
Pizza.
If I had to choose between pizza and cheeseburgers, I'll probably go cheeseburgers. I would say pizza is my number 2.
You pizza. Always want a goddamn pizza.
I always want a cheeseburger. I don't?
No, I feel like you always want pizza.
You kind of want pizza tonight or not? Anyway,
but my favorite food is a cheeseburger. I can never get tired of a cheeseburger.
Me neither. When do I ever say no? I don't want a cheeseburger. Never. Not never.
When do you ever say no? You don't want pizza?
Never. I'm always down for pizza, no matter what.
That's my point.
I'm always down for burgers too. Trust me.
This man.
Anyways,
we'll sneak a pizza in this house in a quickness.
All right, now you're telling all my business. If it was up to me, would I want more kids? Yes, I would love to have at least one more kid. Even from the jump, when we first started dating, I always told her I wanted a big family, wanted to have 4 kids, etc. But the way my bank account's set up, probably not gonna happen anytime soon. But you never know, man. We'll manifest it, and one day, hopefully, we're able to account for another child in our life. And if so, then cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm all with it. Just can't be another girl. Back.
Okay, so next question. Someone said, "How do you keep your house so clean and spotless?"
By cleaning all the time.
No thanks to him. No, I'm just playing. Honestly, I have a problem. It's actually something I'm working on because
I can't tell.
I am. I've grown a lot, actually.
She has. She has.
Like, it's hard for me to live in a space that is disorganized, messy, things on the floor. Honestly, the most challenging thing for me was to get married and have kids. Because, no, really.
See, all those conditions, I strive in them.
Mess.
I'm just a joke.
I was about to say,
fam.
is that why
Come
we're
on
going
now.
through this?
You saw my condo, girl. Don't play me.
Please. That was a lie. Cleaned up every time I probably pulled up.
What about those times you just popped up on me, though?
Please.
Was it clean? No, seriously. Have you ever came to my condo and it was filthy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there were times you had like your tennis shoes on your kitchen table. Like, who does that?
Okay, what about everything else?
Well, for one, you were never home.
I didn't ask you all that. Have you ever came to my condo and it was just filthy?
Filthy? No.
Dirty?
Dirty? No.
Unorganized?
Sometimes, yes. Yeah.
Sometimes.
But again, what's the problem now?
I have a wife.
Wow. Okay. All right. Anyways, so I do feel like it's a problem because I tend to stress myself out because my kids left the toy on the floor. But honestly, it's something that I've been working on because I really do feel like I get worked up, or like I will lack peace because my kitchen is a mess or upstairs is a mess, or it's very hard for me to be happy in a messy home. And I was actually reading on this last night, just like having peace. Like, where does my peace come from? Is it this clean house, or is my peace coming from God? Because at the end of the day, if I feel like my house needs to be clean to have peace, I'm probably never going to have peace, Yeah. And like I said, I'm growing. I need to learn to have peace and happiness in the midst of chaos. Because at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing to have a family that creates a mess. I'm growing. Yeah. But I wouldn't say it's a great thing to always have a clean house, because it's a lot to live up to, and it tends to be stressful.
And it stresses me out because I gotta walk on eggshells on everything.
Yeah, and that's honestly the biggest reason why I've been trying to like simmer down with how much I need this house to be clean, because I know even though for me it'll create like this happiness and peace for me, it's gonna create a lack of and just not feeling like a home. Yeah, I'm growing. So don't feel like you need to. She's
never laughing. This is a very sensitive topic for her.
It is, because I really I could get bent out of shape like very quickly if there's a pile of things on the couch, because I'm a clean as you go type of person. That's how I've always been, like clean as you go. You clean in the kitchen. You cook in the kitchen. You clean up after.
I'm opposite.
You open a package. And you have wrapper, you throw it away. You don't leave it on the counter. You know what I mean?
I leave it there for a second. You know
For
what I'm
a
saying?
second.
And then I do what I'm doing. So if I'm a rapper, I'm eating. I eat my food first, and then everything gets taken care of. I throw the wrapper away. I put the plate. Quick. I clean it. I do this, and it's like bam, I'm done.
Do you though?
No, because once I leave that wrapper and walk away for like 3 seconds, why is this wrapper here on the table?
You guys, I literally put this to the test. There was something that you left in the bathroom, on the bathroom counter, and I was like, you know what? If I was to say, Jeremy, is this yours? Are you done with this? His response would be, oh yeah, I was gonna throw that away. So I put that to the test.
I mean, what she doesn't understand. Wait, let me define. Let me define. I was gonna get to it. No, let me define. I was gonna get to it.
No.
It could have been in 5 minutes.
No.
It could have been in 5 days. I was gonna get to it though.
And that's the thing. I left it there for literally 3 days. 3 days to see.
I said 5 days.
When is this man?
I said 5 days.
When is this man?
5 minutes, 5 days. Grace period.
I literally, like, true story, I kid you not, I left it there for 3 days to see when is this man gonna decide this is the proper time to take this thing and throw it away. 3 days until I had to bring it to his attention or do it. Like that's the way it goes. I just like a clean house. I really do. It's something that brings me happiness, and that's how I tend to keep a house clean. It's like somebody who desperately desires to play Madden, you know? Like you're gonna do it if it takes you losing sleep, or if it takes, you know, whatever. It's like,
she's putting all my business out there.
No, it's true, because it's a desire for me. Even though I get tired to clean the house, I have happiness when the house is clean.
Nah, I mean, I understand. I feel you. I understand.
You know?
I understand, bro. You're right. I need to do better, guys.
Whatever.
Anyways, my final question I have is, what are you passionate about? I feel like I'm passionate about a few things. First and foremost, I'm passionate about just being a good person. You know, whether it's a friend, a coworker, a parent, whatever the case may be, whatever title I'm wearing. I just strive to be a good person. So with that, I strive to provide for my family and give my family the best. You know what I mean? I'm passionate about, you know, leaving a legacy behind when it comes to my name and when it comes to my family. I'm passionate about, you know, just being a Christ follower and being what I need to be for my family. When it comes to leading, when it comes to being the head of the household, leading, backing my wife up, you know, when she needs help with certain things. And again, it all just goes back to just being a good person.
Good answer. Good answer. I think this is going to be my last question, because this is starting to be a long video.
And it's getting dark in here.
I know, losing light. Before having kids, how many kids did you want? I wanted 2. That was always like 2. I want a boy and a girl. 2. But now, obviously, I have 3, and I desire more. So,
why?
Yeah, I just love the idea of a big family. Like, I grew up with 2 sisters. Every time we all get together, it's a party. Like, it's just good times, you know? And I want that for my family. And the more the merrier. Like, I feel like if there was, I don't know, 5 of us, 6 of us sisters, it'd be good times all the time, you know? So I really want that for my kids. Even though they have that, there's 3 of them. But hey, the more the merrier. That's the way I see it. It's hard, but it's a blessing. I love being a mom. I love kids. So yeah.
Love teaching.
Yeah, I love raising them. I love, you know, providing for them and doing things for them. So yeah, I would love to have 10 kids if it was easy to push them out. Should I do this last one?
What's the last one? What's
the hardest part about having 3 girls?
Doing their hair.
Bruh. Why was I thinking the same thing? Because if I have boys, we would get out the house quick. I'd be like, you guys throw shoes on, let's go. Girls, oh my gosh. So the hardest thing about having 3 girls is getting them ready. Like, girls are maintenance, you know, and having wash days, it literally takes a whole day, and then my hair gets neglected. Like, girls are too, and then I can't even do my nails in peace because they want their nails done. You know, like I love that part of having girls. Like, I love that they want to be just like mommy. Oh my gosh, when it's time for that time of the month with them, Lord help us.
It's bad enough dealing with this one. I gotta deal with three other ones. Man.
And then girls are sensitive. I've always been a person who, I'm sensitive, let's be real. I'm sensitive. But I tend to be sensitive in popping off. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Not.
Do I know? Of course I know.
Not like being sad and like crying, even though
she's aggressive sensitive.
Yeah,
she's not a crybaby hide under a rock. No, she's aggressive. So
no, I'm not aggressive. Let's not. Hey, you don't use those terms toward black women, okay?
Oh, here we
let's
go.
Be real. Okay, let's keep
black women.
No, I tend to.
She's very vocal.
I tend
emotional.
To show anger. Like if my feelings are hurt, I'm not gonna be sad and curl up and cry. I tend to wanna cuss you out. You know, if my feelings are hurt. I feel like with having girls, God softened me a bit because I know that I have very sensitive daughters who cry when things go wrong or when, you know, and that's always why I wanted boys. Like I feel like I've always been like a rough person, like a, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's all. I mean, there's so many challenges, but those are the ones that come to mind. But we are gonna wrap this up in this video here.
Wrap it up.
Because we losing light and Gia is probably ready to eat, and yeah.
So again, thank you guys for just supporting us and just giving us your time. You know, today's day and age, time is money, man, and we understand that we all live busy lifestyles and everything else, and sometimes you don't have time to be on YouTube or whatnot, but you know, just the fact that you guys are here watching us, supporting us, liking, commenting. We really appreciate you guys just giving us a chance and supporting us and everything, you know what I mean?
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below, and shoot us with some more questions. We'd love to do another Q&A. Yeah, I enjoyed this. Yeah. This is very fun. We didn't wrap no gifts though.
Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves. We out. You know, all that kind of good stuff. We know, really appreciate that so much from us, from us. What's that?
I don't know what you said.
I
can't even see where you said that.